Romero. Keep it right here with Throwdown Mix. And of course, my really special friend, Mr. KJ, Mr. Karaoke Joe. Check out my website at ernestinromero.com. Besos, un abrazo para todos ustedes. Bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Rosa from Washington State.
Hi, this is Sonia de la Paz.
This is G5 from Naples, Florida.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Ray Ray from San Antonio, Texas.
Hi, this is Erica with Meant to Be Promotions from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, this is Juan Man from Burke Burnett.
Hello, this is Hilda M. Peña from HP Promotions.
Hey y'all, this is Laura Cameron from Tampa, Florida.
This is Ruben Hernandez from New Mex Radio.
¿Qué pasa, raza? This is Javier El Gatito Hernandez from New Mex Radio.
Make sure you listen to Karaoke Joe.
Hey, this is Rebecca Denise from the Monday Night Jam Session.
This is Kayla Ulrich from Del Norte, Colorado.
This is the Godfather, Mr. Tejano Swag.
Aisha, muévete conmigo.
This is New Mexico's very own Reyes, Lil Ray Montoya, and you're on the mix with Karaoke Joe on Throwdown.
This is Olivia
Willie,
parents of the late great Ernestine Romero
from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
And I'm in the mix with Karaoke Joe.
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 It's time to throw down. Let's go.
Time to throw down. Let's go.
I'm in the mix with Karaoke Joe. Time to throw down. Let's go.
Time to throw down. Let's go.
Y aquí estoy en el mix con Karaoke Joe.
And I'm in the mix with Karaoke Joe, and it's time to throw down.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's go.
And I'm in the mix with my brother Karaoke Joe. Time to throw down.
We are in the mix with KJ. Karaoke Joe. Time to throw down. Let's go.
This is Perla Judith, and you're listening to this year's Best Internet Radio Personality winner.
KJ always says, time to throw down. Let's go.
Let's go.
And you're listening to Karaoke Joe on Throwdown Mix.
All right, guys. Once again, this is Karaoke Joe coming to you straight from San Antonio's very own Big G's TC Radio. We got a special show for y'all today. I've been excited about this all week long. We've been wanting, Jonathan actually got a hold of me. Jonathan Espinoza from Florida got a hold of me a while back. He said, Joe, I need you to do an interview with Miss Karla Christina. And I was wanting to make sure the right timeline came up and everything. And then I saw the performance of her George Lopez show that she did. And I'm finally off of the COVID and all that other stuff. So I said, yes, it's time. So we had to get it together. So let me turn the cameras on right quick, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce y'all to the one and only Karla Christina and Jonathan Espinoza. Guys, can y'all hear me out there?
We can hear you. Good evening, Joe.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank y'all so much for joining me. It's a huge honor to be able to do this, and we've actually got a packed show for everybody out there, guys. Not only do we got Jonathan and Karla out there, going to be dropping it down. We got the videos so y'all can actually see them live. It puts a face to the music out there. But what we're going to do, guys, is we've got her entire album that we're going to discuss, do an entire review. And that's the main reason when I got a hold of Karla, she was like, well, let's get Jonathan in here also because this is his music. And so we wanted to get Jonathan's input on why certain songs are the way they are, the lyrics and everything. And then as soon as we get done, guys, with the interview, I'm going to just let it spin out there. We will have the performance of Karla Christina live in Midland, Texas at the George Lopez show. So we're going to fire it up, guys. Karla and Jonathan, again, thank y'all so much for joining me and everything. Karla, would you like to say anything out to all of your followers out there? Everybody's jumping on already out there.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Joe. I want to thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor for us to be on your show. And I want to thank all your listeners and everyone that makes your show possible. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. And I'm just excited and blessed to be on here in good company with you and Mr. Espinoza.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. Jonathan, you've been staying busy, brother. I mean, you've had so much going on with the album, with working with other artists out there, brother. I'm amazed you even have time to jump on here with us.
Well, I was right before I jumped on. I was actually working on something special, something new. But when Karla hit me up, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, asking if I could be on here with you guys in the room. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I don't mind talking about music and the industry, but I appreciate everything that you do for the industry. I've been a big fan for a while now. Whenever I can, whenever you come on live, I get the notification for Karaoke Joe's live, and I try to come on. If I'm not, too busy, I'll stay on for a couple of minutes, and then, but I'm just happy to be here tonight to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Thank you very much, sir. A big shout going out to Hilda. We got Hilda listening in from Killeen, Texas. She says, hello, Karla Christina. And we got Vic G, the boss of the radio station out there. Vic Gonzalez out there dropping it in with us also.
Saludos, saludos.
Saludos, yes.
Now, Karla,
to everyone tuning in.
Karla, are you going to be, I know we were talking about fanfare and everything like that, but are you going to be in San Antonio during the fanfare week?
Yes,
well,
I plan. I mean, I live here now, so
yes.
I moved to San Antonio, 3 weeks ago. This is my third week. Flying by. But yes, I plan to be out there because I've never been to fanfare, and I want to be out there supporting all the artists, and I want to experience fanfare, so I will be out there for sure.
Well, on that Thursday, I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of fanfare. There's another side event that goes on, and it pretty much pushes into fanfare. The Thursday night, as fanfare starts, Vic Gonzalez, the boss of TC Radio, does what we call an Internet Radio Gala. All the internet radio stations get together, all the radio personalities get together, and all the young artists out there, all the new artists out there, some veteran artists, they all go out there, and it's a chance for everybody to meet up with their favorite DJs. It's a chance to get out demos to the DJs and to do live interviews. But what Vic does also is he also has performances that go on. So I guarantee if you probably got a hold of Vic right now, I bet you anything Vic would probably put you on the lineup on one of the stages out there, because I already know he loves your music and everything. He's already got you on rotation, on hot rotation on the radio station and everything else like that. Jonathan,
thank you so much.
Jonathan, are you going to be able to be down here for Fanfare Week?
No, not this year.
Not this year?
Probably try to. Yeah, not this year. I'm gonna definitely try and go next year.
Yes, sir.
But I won't be out there this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I'll be watching all the Facebook lives.
Yes.
So.
It's hard. It's hard to make. I'm not gonna be able to be there. Also, I wish I could be there and everything, but I'm not gonna be able to be there. But yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for all the live performances out there. Now. How, I'm going to ask to start, before we start talking about this album out there, I'm going to ask, how is it that Karla Christina was on the West Coast and you got Jonathan Espinoza on the East Coast? How did y'all get together and start putting music together?
It's a crazy story. Jonathan, do you want to start?
I'll start it and then you can finish it.
Okay.
So if anybody who follows me knows that I've been working on a project now for the past year and a half called the Espinoza Experience.
Yes.
It started off as the Tejano Chronicles, but ended up changing the name to the Espinoza Experience because I didn't want to call it that, but a couple of my friends of mine were like, well, it's your music, it's your project, it's your ideas, why don't you call it that? It's like, fine, whatever, I'll call it the Espinoza Experience. But so I had released a single last year called Me Quebraste with a local singer named Josh Sarko, and it was a cumbia, like a more regional kind of modern cumbia. And then I was looking for a singer for the second single, which was called Que Lo Sepan, and I had been looking for a female singer for almost 2 months. It's funny story. The first person I reached out to was Anna Kayla from New Mexico.
From
right?
New Mexico, yes.
Yeah, and we had already decided that she was going to come on and sing the song, but then I think she was going to get signed, or it just didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't make it work, so I was like, man, I gotta. But before that, I had already spoken to like 6, 7 different other female artists, and a lot of them were too busy, or a lot of them couldn't. They were, tied up with, their managers or something like. It was all kinds of different things for reasons why they couldn't come out to sing the single. So I was already at like, you know what? I told Aaron Holler, who is my producing partner. So man, I think we're just gonna have to just, skip this song and go on to the next one, because I don't want just anybody to sing the song. It's got to be a great vocalist.
Yes.
And all the ones that I reached out to are either too busy or don't want to sing a Tejano song. That was another thing.
Yes.
They said it sounds too Tejano. I was like, well, you're just hearing the basic production. You're not hearing everything that I have planned for the song.
Yes.
But so long story short, I finished production on the song, and like a month passed by, and then Aaron was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna post the song on my stories, and I'm gonna make a little note. Who wants to sing on this song? Karla can take over now.
Thank you. Well, like you said, I was on the West Coast, and my best friend, who actually moved down here with me to San Antonio on this crazy journey, is a drummer, and he admires and looks up to Aaron Holler. And we had the opportunity to meet Aaron Holler at the NAMM show, the NAMM convention in Los Angeles, probably a year or two before that. And anyway, so my friend, my drummer, my best friend, follows Aaron on Instagram. And that Friday, I'll never forget, it was on April 16th. My best friend calls me in the morning on my way to work and says, hey, Aaron Holler just posted a story with a Tejano song in the background asking if there's a female interested in recording this song. He says, as soon as you get to work, you got to hear it. You got to go on Aaron's Instagram and check it out. So I pull into work, park my car, and I listen to the story. And like Jonathan said, the song is very Tejano, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I loved about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it sounds super Tejano, but it had that modern, especially the beginning with that modern sound.
Yes.
So my best friend says, I already reached out to Aaron and I sent him your Instagram profile, but you should send him a message too. And I said, yeah. So I'm sitting there in my car getting ready to go into work, and I messaged Aaron. And I said, hey, I'm a female singer. I'd be interested in partaking in the song. So shortly after, he wrote back and said, well, the producer is my friend. Let me reach out to him. Let me send him your profile. And if he is interested, he'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say maybe a few hours. Yeah, again, I was at work that day. A few hours later, Jonathan messaged me in my Instagram. And, we began chatting, and he later that evening sent me the song, told me to kind of record a little demo of it and, learn it or whatever in the next few days at home. And that if he liked it, he would consider, me recording it.
Yes.
And so I did. I recorded a few different takes. I sent him the recording. And I think a few days later, he told me he wanted me to record it. I also sent him other recordings that I had, and he obviously went onto my Instagram, I'm assuming, and saw some of my singing videos that I did during quarantine. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming he liked what he heard, and and that's how all this became.
That's awesome.
Actually, when Aaron sent me your Instagram link, I went and I was checking out your videos. And I liked your voice right off the bat, but I was like, I don't know if it'll fit this style of song.
Yes.
So I was kind of on the fence. I'll never forget. I was eating dinner at the table, and my wife knows about all my projects. She knows all the songs I write, everything. So I showed her a video of Karla singing, and I go, what do you think? And she's like, yeah, you need to get her. She can sing. So I was like, okay, well, let me reach out to her. I reached out to Karla. I said, you know what? I'm going to send you the song. If you could record me a demo, so I could kind of hear your voice with it, because I was still on the fence a little bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you could send it. I told her you can send it back to me whenever, 2-3 days. She sent it to me that night.
Yes.
And she had learned the whole song word for word. I'm like, oh God, okay.
Yes.
When I heard it, I was like, okay, yep, she's the one. I sent it to Aaron. I go, hey, check. I go, bro, check this out. And he listened to it. He's like, He goes, yep, she's the one. And then, everything from there was just like go, 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 go.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I got to throw a shot going out to, we got Roy Arriaga out here. Of course, like I said, we got Hilda out there. Rosa Maria, my love, is listening in Seattle, Washington out there. We got Alberto Martinez out there. Ana Castillo out there.
Saludos.
A big thank you going out to everybody for joining us. We're doing a little, something a little bit different, a little personal side of behind the music. And not only do we have the artist, but we have the songwriter and producer here. And we just wanted to make this a very special experience for the artist and for the all the listeners out there. So thank you everybody out there for joining us. Now, I told you I love the flow. I'm a music nerd, and I'm proud of it. I love the flow of this new album. The way it goes, it just goes up and down. I called it hills and mountains, but I love the way the flow is of this album, and everything. And it really starts off from the very beginning, having the intro. And with your motivation on how you want to excel in your career and what you want to do with your career. And also, I remember a couple of weeks ago you had an interview on K Alamo with Aileen Bea. And, she had said the same thing, that she loves the way that you do the intro. It's like a motivation to everybody out there. But that's going to start off with that intro, and we'll roll right into Un Besito. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, though, is during the songs, if Karla or Jonathan has a cute little funny story, or there's a part that they remember something really hit them or something like that, they're going to jump in and during the song and give their little behind the scenes of each track out there, and we'll take a break in between each song and everything, if they have any more stories about each track. But like I said, we're wanting to give you a little behind the scenes of the music right here with Karla Christina and Jonathan Espinoza. Just going to start off with the intro out there, Karla. I mean, what was your idea behind doing an intro like this?
Well, like I said, the mastermind behind this whole creation and masterpiece is Jonathan. Jonathan, I remember, reached out to me and said that he wanted the album to have this introduction, which I thought was super cool because growing up, all the albums I've ever, admired have like an interlude,
yes,
either at the beginning or the middle of the album, and it's just like a cool vibe. And anyway, I'm sure he has a story behind it and what inspired him to come up with that.
Yes.
But I'm glad he did.
The intro was one of the last things that I did for the album. I knew I wanted an intro, but I just didn't know what I wanted it to say or how I wanted it to sound, because I had like 30 different intros in my head.
Yes.
That I actually have an intro in my head right now for her next album, but we're not going to talk about that. But so there's a song on the album called Soñadores, and that song I wrote because of one of Karla's interviews that I heard. I don't remember what interviewer it was, but she was talking about basically how she's always dreamed about singing since she was a kid, singing to the world. So I wrote that song, using basically her words. I just, I put them in song and put them in Spanish. And I was like, you know what? I got to tie the intro to the theme of this album. The album is going to be called Soñadores. It was originally going to be called Los Soñadores, I think. And then we changed it to Soñadora. And I was like, I got to tie the intro to that, because I was like, what can we do? So, me and Karla came up with, the dialogue. I sent her my ideas. She sent me mine. And then I sent her hers. And then we just came up with, what came to be the intro. And musically, I didn't want the intro to be a cumbia or a ranchera. I wanted it to be something totally off the wall.
Yes.
Something that would set up the listener to be like, okay, what in the world is this?
Yes.
And I think we accomplished that. And, those might be my words at the beginning, but I just took the essence of Karla and I put it into lyrical content.
It's a true collab.
And exactly. And then, it's like what she said. All my favorite albums growing up had an intro,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or they had interludes, or they had an album should, in my opinion, tell a story.
Yes.
And the album starts off. The album starts off with a story.
Yes.
And the rest of the songs, you know, it takes you to Soñadores, which kind of officially is the last song on the album. You know, Que Lo Sepan is the last song on the album, but that song has been out already for almost a year, going on a year, I think. So, you know, it's really is the beginning is the intro, and then, you know, Soñadores, which is the 7th song on the album. But I'm glad that people really love the intro.
Yes.
Because even though it's so short, was it like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to be impactful.
Yes.
And it has been. You know?
And meaningful to so many people that can resonate with it, I think.
It's a motivational tool for everybody else out there. Right after that, the intro jumps right into Un Besito, and I love this song. As soon as I heard the teaser, I messaged Jonathan, and he was like, "Dude, hit me up. Let me know what you think of it and everything." I love the song. Guys, I hope y'all agree with me, but I love the giggle. I told her she has to keep the giggle going throughout her albums. Not every track, but throughout the album, a little giggle here and there. But as we get to that, what we're going to do is we'll do the intro and we'll jump right into Un Besito.
Nice.
Big thank you going out to Anna out there. Anna says enjoying this intro interview. Awesome. So let's go ahead and drop it down. Again, this is Karla Christina.
Saludos, Anna.
I think we all have a dream. My dream has always been to sing for the entire world. And it has not been easy, but if you're going to dream big, you have to work hard and allow your passion to guide you. You must believe in yourself and trust the process. You, me, we can all make our dreams come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing
Karla Christina.
Acércate un poquito más, no tengas miedo, no voy a morder. Agárrame la mano y vamos a bailar. No te hagas, por favor, ninguna de ellas se compara a mí. Soy única, no existe más. Dame un beso, ya verás. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Solo un besito. Quedito, quedito, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito. Tus labios, yo los necesito. Besitos, besitos, dame tus besitos. Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos.
Now, Karla, Roy agreed with me. He said he loves the giggle.
Thank you.
Now,
it was super fun.
One of my feedbacks on that I gave Jonathan on this is I love how playful you were on this track. Like it just sounds fun.
It is a fun song. It is a fun song, and I always tell people when Jonathan sent it to me the first time to just check it out and kind of approve if I was feeling it and vibing with it, and I told him, I'm like, this is a hit. This song is catchy, it's groovy. It made me feel a certain way, and I hope and I think it is making other people feel a certain way.
Yes.
And it's so important, I think, when you hear a song that just, you know, music obviously makes you feel different ways depending on the chord progression and if it's a minor chord or, you know, and it's just a happy song. It's a happy song, and I think it just makes your adrenaline go and you just want to dance, and it's just a happy song. And I love how energetic and like coqueta it is, you know. It's very flirty, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny too because it's always been difficult for me to write I guess fun upbeat songs.
Yes.
I'm more of a serious romantic writer.
Yes.
And so I took on the challenge with this one. I started it with a guitar riff, and I was like, okay, I think I can build on this song. And yeah, this night I sent it to Karla again, like within an hour. She sent me a demo of her singing, and I'm like, man, this girl is crazy. But the funny thing about this song is I had to rework it. I don't know if you remember, Karla. The first version the song went totally off the rails. Like it was nada que ver. And the more I listened to it, days passed after, I'm like, you know what? I gotta keep the flow of the song the same, because I went off into like a different kind of cumbia, and I decided to cut all that part out and just leave the song the way it is now.
Yes.
And I want to shout out real quick Val, Valentino Maltos, and Leo Sands, who did they're called Fat Stack horns.
Mm-hmm.
I did a horn arrangement for the song, and Aaron sent it to them without my consent. He's like, I'm gonna send it to them. And he calls me, he's like, hey, I already sent it to them. I go, send what to who? Because I sent your horn arrangement to Val and Leo Sands. I'm like, why'd you do that? He's like, because we need real horns on this song.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, I don't think I can afford real horns right now. And so whatever, long story short, they sent us back the arrangement that they made. I was like, yeah, we're gonna find money to pay for these real horns.
Well, I'm a band nerd, and I'm a horn player. I played all brass, and then I got bored with that, and I played saxophone. Yeah, I love that brassy sound, just jumping out there.
Yeah.
And the thing about it,
it,
I don't know if it's because you're from Florida or that surrounding you, but this does sound like one of those tracks that not only can be released in the Tejano industry, but it can be an international track, released out there internationally also.
Well,
that's what I've been saying.
That's the goal, and I have different contacts all over Mexico, and we're trying to get it in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico radio airplay, but it's more difficult than it's super difficult.
Yes.
So I have a lot of friends in Tijuana who have heard the song, and they love it, and by word of mouth they've been spreading it around to their friends and family members, so they love it out there, so hopefully it continues to gain a little bit more traction out there.
Awesome. Let's go and finish it out.
Tus labios yo los necesito, besitos, besitos, dame tus besitos.
Everybody's loving it out there.
Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos, querido, querido, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Karla Christina in the chat room also. Y'all make sure y'all go tell her what's up.
Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos.
I love it. Olvídate de mí.
Entrégate a mí, que tú ya verás, que nunca encontrarás alguien como yo. No hay comparación, soy única, energética, un tesoro de verdad. Si acaso no supiste nada yo te lo digo. Yo soy bien directa, no me escondo y no me rajo. Piénsalo muy bien porque conmigo no
We got Alberto out there dancing away. Get it, brother.
Estate quieto, ya no hay más que discutir, date prisa, que no miras, son contadas las mujeres como yo. Hoy reconozco que contigo no hay futuro.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Como me cuesta aceptar la realidad de mí. Y la verdad es que ya me aburrí y me olvidé de ti. No ves que esta vez no se va a hacer. Olvídate de mí.
You'll hear it right now. The deeper snare.
I love that.
Lalo Morales on the accordion.
Now I'm gonna lower it right quick. Now we were talking a while ago about those intros of each track, and that's another one that Jonathan. That's just fire the way it starts. It makes you think. Well, like, what are we fixing to get into? And then all of a sudden it kicks into pretty much a tradition Tejano, sound. That intro just really kicks, brother.
Yeah, thank you. You know, we try to, I've heard a lot of people say that if in 10 seconds, if you can't get your message across with the song,
Yes.
then it's not worth hearing. So you got at least a good 6 seconds of, oh my God, what's going to go on? What's going to happen next? And so, there's so many awesome stories behind this song. Like, that tuned down snare in the middle of the song, we've never heard anybody do that in a Tejano song, where we completely changed the snare. And then if you notice, the song sort of has like a folksy feel to it, a folksy tempo to it, especially at the end.
Yeah.
And that was something that I wanted to do from the beginning. I remember I told Karla, hey, the end of this song is going to have like a folksy country hold down to it.
Yes.
And I'm sure at the time she was like, what the heck is he talking about? But, when you hear it now, it connects with people. And
Yes.
it's funny because so far this is the most streamed song on Spotify.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the most streamed song on Spotify from the new album.
Now, Karla,
So
Karla, did it scare you? Like when he was coming up with these ideas, you were like, wait, try to be Tejano and you got these sounds and different, twists to it all and everything. Did it worry you?
Well, ever since I heard Jonathan's work, I've always admired how creative and how, and I've mentioned it in other interviews as well, just how he incorporates all these modern sounds and just different types of sounds into, traditional style. And, but I do have to admit, sometimes when he'd call me without hearing it and he would tell me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this going to sound like? But I knew deep down inside, because I knew what he was capable of doing and the outcome, that it was going to be a masterpiece. And so obviously when, he would send me, a preview of it, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I love it. It sounds incredible. But he's so talented and he's so good at what he does and he's so passionate about it. And that just comes across obviously in all his music that he creates.
Yes.
And I'm so honored, and I just always tell him this, and I'll forever be grateful to him. I'm so honored to work with him and for him to have been the writer and producer of my debut album.
That's awesome.
And because of him, I'm here.
There you go.
I want to say something about the lyrics too, because
yes, sir.
When I was writing the song, this song, I had it almost a year and a half ago. And this was another song that was going to be a part of the Espinoza experience. Mm-hmm. But I remember I was going through my files one day and I was like, let me check out this song. I don't remember what it sounds like. And I had some of the lyrics written. I go, you know what? This is going to Karla too, because she could sing the heck out of this song.
Yes.
My favorite lyric in this whole song is when she says, yo soy bien directa, no me escondo y no me rajo.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way she sings that part. Yeah, that's like a real woman power line right there. Like, don't mess with me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not scared. I don't back down. You better be sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then finally she says, you know what? Just forget about me, because dude, you're over. It's done.
Yes.
Olvídate de mí. So I love the way she sang. I love the way she sang every song, but this one, I love the power behind it.
She had that growl.
The message of the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish it up, guys, and let's hear that ending that he was talking about.
Olvídate de mí.
me on background vocals there.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now you could hear like what you were saying with that snare. That's
yeah.
Oh, what is that dance style? There's a dance style in Louisiana that has that rip in it, and that's exactly what I was thinking about there on the ending. Yeah. Oh, I do like that because I mean, Jonathan, you were talking earlier. We get in that rut as far as being in Tejano. We get in that rut of having that same sound. We have to have the same bump at the end and the same, breaks and everything, and I'm loving how so many different producers and artists are coming up with all these new sounds. I've always said, Tejano, why is Tejano the only genre that, that does stay back in the 80s and 90s with their sound, with their artists and everything else? While all the other genres are evolving, country and R&B and everybody else, they're getting that new sound that's keeping the kids in. And our kids are the future of our industry, so if we can get tracks like this and so many others out there that the kids are going to be listening to, and man, that actually sounds really cool. Bring them back into the industry that we love so much.
Yeah, definitely. One of my goals is to make music that's different but the same, if that makes sense. Because I tell a lot of my producer friends and my musician friends, and I'm always telling them I'm tired of hearing the same song over and over and over and over. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, I got a lot of friends who used to tell me, "Oh, you hear one Tejano song, you've heard them all." In a way, it kind of makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Because in Tejano music, we basically only have two rhythms, which is rancheras and cumbias.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much you can do with both rhythms. But then again, there's only so much you can do with both rhythms, meaning there's a world of possibilities. Mm-hmm. Yet for some reason, we've always just stayed in like, let's just do it like this, like this, like this. But I try my best to incorporate some of what has always worked, but with adding a new style, a new flavor, new sounds.
Yes.
Adding some different rhythms in there. It can be done. It's just, it's how my friend Mario Vigil used to say, you can decide to stay in the box or be completely outside of the box.
Yes.
It's up to you. So I'm trying to do both.
Yes, sir.
And it's a little hard, but I think we're managing.
Well, this album is amazing. A big shout going out to the young lady I call Mom, Miss Olivia Romero, mother, amazing mom of our angel from above, Ernestine Romero, out there joining us out there. Thank you so much, Mom, for listening in.
Saludos, yes.
Now, thank you for tuning in.
Jonathan, I would have loved to have heard you and Ernestine work together. I know with the sound that she had, she was trying to do the same thing that you did, and kind of make that sound. And New Mexico, they actually have an award at the New Mexico Hispanic Music Awards dedicated to her called the Tejano Fusion. She fused the New Mexico sound in with the Tejano sound. And I think that's what you are doing, Karla, with this album, because, there's so many tracks on there that could be, like I said a while ago, it could be an international track. It could be something that,
for sure.
That could be released, in different regions out there.
Yeah.
What's one of the things I love about Karla's vocal is that it's an international vocal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she can sing. If you see some of her performances that she did with her old band Audio Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's the Karla Christina band, I think. She can sing anything. She can sing anything, and she has the kind of vocal that can take her. Started, and Tejano music is what has opened all the doors for her right now. So. International. I mean, we're not complaining. We're gonna enjoy it.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Now we got the next track out there, Mejor Sin Ti. Give us a little background on that one, Karla.
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell Joe what you said the first time you heard, like almost when it was completely done. I remember you called me and you said,
what did I say? I don't remember.
I'll tell you. So you said, Jonathan, la canción está bellísima. That's what you said.
Oh, I probably did. I don't remember. I was so excited. Oh my gosh, all those days were full of so many emotions. I don't know how many times I cried too after hearing so every time he'd send me the songs, because I was just so excited. And I can't say that I have a favorite on the album, but because I like them all, but I feel a certain way for Mejor Sin Ti for sure.
Yes.
Was this the first song you recorded at the studio? Or was it Un Besito Un Cachito? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I think I recorded Un Besito Un Cachito first.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, this song is a cumbia, and again, we tried to step outside the box with the intro. If you hear, especially in the bridges of this song, there's some bells and some strings and some pads that I had going on. That's a lot of Laura Pausini influence. I remember telling Karla, I'm gonna try and add some Laura Pausini influence into this song, because I love how in the 90s her main sound were those pads, those pianos, real pretty stuff.
Yes.
And Laura Pausini has a pretty voice. Karla Christina has a pretty voice.
Yes.
Let's do it. So I tried to complement her vocal as best as I could with the keyboard parts in this song. And Emiliano Guana's on the bass, Eddie Perez is on the bajo, Aaron Holler's on the drums and mix and master. And then on the previous song, I want to shout out Miguel Hernandez, because he did all the guitar parts at the end to give it that, that
folksy.
Yeah, that folksy sound. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Now, Karla, we were talking about Vic Gonzalez at the Internet Radio Gala, and Vic said, bring your song to Gala, and let's get the other stations to work it, and we get some.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank
you so much.
They're gonna have some radio stations from Monterrey, Mexico. Also is gonna be there, so you'll be able to give your stuff out there and everything. So let's go to get the ball rolling.
Thank you very much.
There. Well, guys, let's go ahead and play it out. This is Mejor de Si, with another amazing intro. I love those keys.
Por ti no lloraré, el final por fin llegó. La culpable no fui yo, fuiste tú. Ya no hay nada que decir, es mucho el tiempo que perdí. Ya no tienes que fingir, el culpable fuiste tú. Y ahora sabrás que ya no volveré contigo. Me entristece saber que lo nuestro terminó. Vete por favor, ya no te quiero ver. Esto terminó, así o más claro. Te deseo lo mejor, pero ahora decidí seguir sin ti. Ya no me hables más, no voy a contestar. Lo nuestro se acabó y ya no volverá. Te deseo lo mejor, pero hoy vivo mejor sin ti.
Now, I recommend to all the listeners out there, put your headphones on so you can hear all the extra, including that little growl. You can hear it at the ends of her phrases. Check it out, guys.
Entiende por favor, no hay resolución, tampoco explicación. El culpable fuiste tú. El caso se cerró, la jornada terminó y ya no hay marcha atrás. El culpable fuiste tú. Y ahora sabrás que ya no volveré contigo. Me entristece saber que lo nuestro terminó. Vete por favor, ya no te quiero ver. Esto terminó, así
love that.
That little sound.
That whole like break, like it just stops and then does that whole little trill in there, and then all of a sudden it kicks right back in. Now, what I was saying about, like, you have that raspy voice. Like, I don't know if y'all could hear it out there just listening on your phones, or we are live on YouTube Live also, so hook it up to your smart TV, and you can watch it on there, guys. But if you hear it on your headphones, you can hear that, like, growl, that little raspiness in your voice. That just, I really like the way that comes out there like that.
Thank you.
Now, before we start on Infinito,
Amor Infinito.
The whole, like I was saying, the whole flow of the album, it just kind of goes up and down. Did y'all do that on purpose? Was that something that y'all collabed together to really get that flow of the album, or was it just, how were y'all able to come up with the track list on this?
I remember Jonathan calling me one night and running over, just making sure that I agreed with how the album would be laid out. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming you thought of that, Jonathan, but I agreed with how obviously the intro would be first. And you could probably elaborate on that.
I want to make it clear too, like, I don't want people to think, oh, Jonathan. You know what? Every step of the way, I made sure that Karla agreed and liked and was on board. Yes. With every lyric, every arrangement,
yes,
the artwork, the track.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because at the end of the day, it was funny because I was having a conversation with Aaron Holler the other day, and we were talking about Karla's album, and we were talking about my album, the Espinoza Experience, and he tells me, well, the effect that you wanted to happen with the Espinoza Experience has proven to work. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, look at Karla. You gave Karla an opportunity to sing on the Espinoza Experience, and your whole thing is to give new up-and-coming artists a platform where they can launch themselves. And I'm happy to say that she was able to do that. Obviously, we had to do it together, but what were we talking about? I'm already confused and lost.
You were saying that I was
the track list.
A part, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, the track list. I mean, everything on this album was done with meaning, with intention. It was intentionally done.
Yes.
The way we did it, and so I mean, I had never heard that term before, the hills and the mountains.
Yeah.
But obviously, we hit something. We did something right.
Yes, sir.
But so again, I asked Karla, what do you think about this lineup? And she's like, no, let's put the intro at the end. I'm like, the intro at the end? Does it make sense? I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. But
I'm like, what?
She did like the Brady Bunch and looked up at the screen and said, what did you say? Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if she's still awake.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, the track list it was done intentionally like that. And I think we did a good job.
Thank you very much. Now, on the last track on Mejor Sin Ti, Miss Olivia, Ernestine's mom, said beautiful. Love it.
Thank you. Saludos.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Big G.
That song is
Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say that song has been a favorite, too, of a lot of people. So
awesome.
They're all my favorite.
Big said that... Vic said that you can hear it on the TV, the growl with he's listening on the TV and surround sound. Madison Pulido said, Karla, Christina, I love your music. My mother loves it. We jam it all the time. Michelle Garcia, we hope to see you in San Antonio at Fanfare. So you've already got people waiting on you, girl.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for everyone tuning in, and saludos to Madison and her beautiful mom. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Gracias.
Thank you guys for listening to the album.
Yes.
That's good. And we'll start at the beginning of it, and then we'll kind of skip around on it. Un infinito amor.
Dime que yo soy la única
Who is
And
it?
I want to say something. I want to say something about the song. No, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
going to ask right quick. Who is it on Squeezebox?
Lalo Morales. He
Lalo.
did the accordion on the entire album.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Karla. What were you going to say about the song?
I was just gonna say that I remember asking Jonathan early on when we knew we were going to do this album that I really really had always wanted to record and sing and he made this dream come true, a norteño song, a very I wanted something like Intocable. I'm a big fan of Intocable.
Yes.
But I also feel like there aren't a lot of women, and perhaps I'm wrong. I mean, I know there are women singing that genre, but not too many.
Yeah.
I don't think. And I feel like it's very male dominated, and I really wanted to dip into that style. And oh my gosh, when I heard the song and Jonathan sent it, oh my gosh, I was so excited to record it, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I'm happy with the way I interpreted it and performed it, and obviously musically it speaks for itself. But anyway, that's my little take on the song. But
now you've got Olga Rodriguez. She just commented in, said Costa Rica con
oh, she's
Carlita.
my cousin in Costa Rica. Saludos, prima.
What I say?
Saludos a todos watching in Costa Rica.
What I say? It's international.
And the funny thing about this song is, it was the last song that we worked on musically, and by this time I was kind of burnt out with creating musical ideas, because I wasn't just working on this project, I was working on other projects at the same time. So when it came down to this, I wrote it as a ballad, and I'm the first to admit where my weaknesses, and I'm the first to admit my strengths, obviously. But one of my weaknesses is norteño music. I'm not great at producing it or making it work. So Lalo Morales is one of my best friends, and he's an artist himself, and just an amazing musician. He's right now he's Destiny Navaira's accordion player.
Oh yeah.
He helps out Signal whenever Jesse Turner's back is hurting, or when sometimes he has like back problems. They call Lalo Morales in to do the accordion part. I mean, he's just an amazing musician. And I told Lalo, hey man, I need you to produce a song for me on Karla's album. I told him I'm not gonna let no one else touch this album. I'm the only one that's gonna work on it. But if I have to let somebody come in, it's gonna be you, because I trust you. And so I sent it to him. Like in a day, he had the arrangement. Like by the end of the day, he calls me, calls me dad. Hey dad, ya terminé la canción. So he sent it to me, and I was like, okay, that's it. So then he came to San Antonio, or he went to San Antonio, hooked up with Aaron, and they kind of produced the song together, and it came out great. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs of the album. And I mean, it was a ballad, and it turned into a beautiful norteño song, and a lot of people like this song.
I'm telling you,
there's not just
y'all hitting different styles in the album. Everybody always jumps to Selena, and a lot of the old school Tejano listeners, they critique, well, that's not Tejano, but their favorite artist was Selena. And I used to always say you cannot listen to a single Selena album that has just Tejano. She had Tejano, she had mariachi, she had pop, she had cumbia. She was reaching out to so many different listeners because she used so many different styles in her music, and I believe y'all are doing that on this album. We got Carlos out there, Pops, listening in, said hola, Carla and Jonathan.
hey, he's in the room next door. He's cheating.
Is he?
He is. Saludos. I want to send a shout out to our friend Paco Nunez, who's also watching.
Yes.
Thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much.
Yes, guys.
Oh, real quick, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Quick, I have to share this. I don't like throwing out names because that's not me, but I have to say this because he's one of my heroes, one of my producer heroes, one of my musician heroes. I've been following him for a long time. His name is Neto. from I'm sorry, his last name is escaping me right now because I was thinking of another producer. Anyway, he's a bass player and producer for La Casetera out of Monterrey, Mexico, and he hit me up the other day on Instagram to say that he loved the album and that it was done very well, and he was listening to it, and that kind of made my whole week because he's one of the guys that I've looked up to since I was a kid, so I was super happy with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we got Sulema Gasa out there saying, "Love this." Hi, Jonathan, making Immokalee proud. Is that how you pronounce it? That's where you're from, right? Immokalee. Like, I do the same thing with everybody in New Mexico. I can't pronounce half the towns in New Mexico out there. Little shout going out to Ricky Garcia, G5 in the house listening again also.
Rick.
Saludos, Ricky.
I still got to finish their album too. They're taking forever. It's probably going to come out in 2058.
It's going to be our retirement album.
Yeah, but hopefully we get back in the studio with those guys and finish up their album.
I can't wait on that one. It's just so driving. That's what I like about it with that accordion.
Yeah.
Soy tu mujer y de nadie más. Ya verás que nadie más te amará como yo. El tiempo lo verá que el universo nos juntó y que nuestro amor es una estrella que nunca se apagará. Es un amor infinito. Muéstrame que debo estar contigo.
Karla, you do have that power punch in your voice. Like some of them lyrics really come out like you're fixing to knock somebody out.
Thank you.
And Joe, and also this song, it's two people. The entire song is three with Karla. But musically, like on the instrumentation, Lalo did the accordion, the bass, and the bajo, and Aaron did the drums. And that's it. There's two people in the entire song. Yeah, that was and another thing I want to say about this album, which it might be the first of its kind in this industry, was a lot of the recording was done remotely, but I was present through FaceTime or Instagram video. I was able, like, for example, this song especially, because I didn't do anything on it musically. Everything that Lalo did on the accordion and the bajo and in the bass, I was able to watch him track. Because he was in Monterrey at the time. He set up his camera, set up mine, and we were just going through this whole song. And I'm like, nah, I don't like that. Yeah, I like that. Yada, da, da, da. Same thing with the drums with Aaron. We were able to do that on most of the songs. And he would track, and I would hear what he was doing. And so it was a long, lengthy process. We almost turned into zombies because we weren't getting no sleep. There was
sleep.
Yeah, there was like 2 months where we got no sleep whatsoever. But the goal was to release the album when we did. We wanted to release it at the end of December, but we realized that wasn't going to happen. So we shot for January the 14th, and it came out January the 14th. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Ricky,
Shout out to Team No Sleep. I was very concerned about their health, honestly.
Well, I mean, with modern technology, I remember back in the days, I used to write a lot of music when I was in the Marine Corps, and my ex-wife, wife at the time, she hated it when I would get in the studio because it was tracking and overlay another track and overlay another track, and we had talked a while back, and I told her, I wish all this technology that we have these days, with the software and everything, I wish we had this back then, because you wouldn't have had to hear the song a million times as I was trying to put it together, but yeah. And Ricky, what you were saying about Ricky's album, he said it'll be worth the wait out there. Yeah, I got to announce him because we do got the dancing king of the Tejano dancing king out there, TDK, listening in out there. I know he's going to be enjoying all this album. Now, before we drop
Saludos, TDK.
Before we drop to Triste, where is the album available right now? Do we have it available on all digital outlets or?
It is available everywhere, all digital platforms, all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, YouTube. You can use it on your Instagram stories, TikTok, you name it. Anywhere you listen to music or you access music, it is there.
Awesome,
Yes.
awesome. Now,
And soon, Karla will have physical copies soon.
awesome.
Oh, yes.
Well, when y'all
I
do
am
that,
working on that.
I'm old school. Y'all don't see my walker and my wheelchair, but I'm old school. And so I always like getting an autographed hard copy. So when y'all do get that, let me know so I can get one.
For sure.
Little shot going
Yeah,
out
I want one too.
Little shot. Little shot going out to George Salazar, an amazing artist from Michigan out there. And thinking about it, I'd love to hear y'all's two voices collab together. I think y'all would do an amazing track together. Yes.
Saludos to George. Yeah.
Saludos to George.
Now, we got Triste coming up right quick. Is there a backstory on this one? This was one of the ballads that we're able to pull out of this album. And
there's a good story behind
I
it.
really love, I love the upbeat tracks that's going to make me move, that's going to make me dance and everything. But I love ballads because that is the perfect way to show off the voice. Like I know a while ago, Jonathan, before we got on air, you were talking about that there was a track that you were preparing for Karla and it had Adele written all over it. But I can hear that power and that. And
You
that,
heard that? You were listening in on to our conversation?
yes, I was. I was on my headphones already. Now you can you can hear that power in her voice, and not only does she have that growl in the up tempo ones, but she has that smooth flow on this one also.
Yeah, my wife says that Karla's voice is so pleasant to listen to.
Mm.
She it's pleasant to the ears. I tell her, well, it's ear candy. Come on, that's my word. This was one of the last songs that we worked on. Basically our budget was depleted by the time we came to this song, and Karla said she wanted a ballad, so I wrote her a ballad. But the thing is, ballads usually have big, strong drums.
Yes.
To complement the song. But if you notice, this song has no drums only because we ran out of money. There was no more money in the budget to really add all my team players. So, I dug deep and I say, you know what, let's do this song, just some guitars and some keys. We'll throw in an 808 in there and a slap snare.
Yeah.
And we'll let Karla's vocal do the rest.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. When you do that, I remember a song that Monica Saliva did. She actually dedicated it to Ernestine Romero and her family. And when they did that track, they just wanted her and a mariachi, and that's it. Because they wanted that vocal to come out. And this song does that.
Yeah.
That vocal is, it's like you in a dark room, and it's just you singing your heart out.
And I had posted the other day on Facebook that there's a part in this song where Karla goes really low with her vocal. And as a producer, you always want the vocalist to be comfortable in their vocal performance.
Yes.
So naturally, my natural instinct was let's take this song up another key, so her vocal can sound prettier. But one of the things I love about Karla is that she can sing really low and stay dead on key.
Yes.
Stay right in pitch. A lot of singers can't sing. Exactly. They go low and they lose the vocal quality.
Yes.
It's not there. But with Karla, it's there. So I said, you know what, we're going to keep this song here because I love that when she goes that low, we didn't have to use no auto-tune.
Yes.
It was just perfect. And so I'm super happy with the way the song came out. She killed it like she did all the songs. But, a ballad is a tricky thing because nobody likes ballads that much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But,
unless they're in love or broke up from being in love.
Right. So,
well, Karla,
I love me some ballads.
Karla, a little bit of motivation about being able to do the highs and also being able to drop down, into those lower octaves. Is I don't know if y'all remember an old school group called TLC, but that same story that Jonathan just said had said that about the lead of TLC, that she could sing that low stuff and stay right in pitch, and not. So they were like, dude, that's original. Let's leave that, and to be able to have that, that range, be able to work so many octaves and everything like that, you can explore a lot more with your music instead of say monotone or staying in the same pitch for every track out there. Little shout going out to we said a little shout out to TDK, and TDK said Karla Christina stole the show in Vegas, blew me away, and stopped me in my tracks, and that doesn't happen that often.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you, TDK. Thank you for your kind words.
Well, guys, we've been bragging about this ballad. Let's go ahead and jump on it.
Lo que yo siento con todo el daño que dejaste. ¿Acaso pensabas que no me levantaría? Estás equivocado porque ya no soy la misma. Me dejaste abandonada, me dejaste desahuciada, pero todo fue por nada porque ahora vivo feliz. Feliz sin ti. Me tiraste al olvido sin razón y sin motivo, pero todo fue por nada porque ahora vivo feliz. Feliz sin ti. Ahora eres nada más y nada menos que una memoria, triste memoria. Quiero que sepas que yo estoy mejor sin ti. Todas tus humillaciones solo me hicieron más fuerte. ¿Acaso pensabas que no me levantaría? Estás equivocado porque ya no soy la misma. Abandonada, me dejaste desahuciada, pero todo fue por nada porque ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Me tiraste al olvido sin razón y sin motivo, pero todo fue por nada porque ahora vivo feliz, feliz sin ti. Ahora eres nada más y nada menos que una memoria, triste memoria.
It's very, 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 very subtle, but I love the harmony line on that chorus. Yeah. Like it's not overbearing. It's not an overbearing, harmony line. You really got to hear it. Get in there to hear those upper octaves out there. Is that all you, Karla, or was that?
Yeah.
Was that the keys? Because I could hear the keys back there also, doing a harmony line also. I love that. Like it's just echo. Like the harmony line was just kind of echoing off. It's very angelic.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I think that's the song that we went back and forth the most as far as vocal performance, Karla.
Yes.
Because from the get-go, Karla had all the pre-production songs, and she would record her performances and send them to me, and I'd give her notes, and she'd send me her notes, and she would tell me what she thought might sound good here, there, whatever. And it was a collaboration all the way through. So
yeah,
the final recording of that song, you did a lot more stuff, a lot. And we ended up just taking it all out because we felt like the lead vocal it carried the song. It didn't need all the others. I remember the very first line, "Como quisiera que supieras." You had done some harmonies there.
Yes.
We took them out.
Yeah.
We took them out because we felt they were working. be able to say, hey, you know, we got to take these vocals out.
It's very, very beautiful. And you know, like I said, I mean, ballads, you know, it's you're either in love or you're breaking up, and but either one of them are crying out that emotion out there, and you can really hear it out there. And I like the attention to details, like that little harmony, like that, you know, that you really got to really dig in and listen to. You asked me what my favorite song of the album was, and as a DJ, this one is my favorite track out there. It's the title track of the album. And what's the backstory on this one, Jonathan?
The backstory on this one was that this song almost didn't make the album.
See, I would have been
because you know, even with the way it starts with that deep, low breath.
Yeah.
You hear it pan in your headphones.
Yes.
I wanted it to start with that cinematic type theme. I didn't just jump right into the, you know, and I had the music first, and then when I was about to write the lyrics, I remember seeing an interview that Karla did with I don't remember who it was, but she was talking about her childhood and how she had been singing since she was a child. And it was her dream to sing to the masses, and you know, she felt like this was her time.
Yeah.
So I took all her lyrics and I turned them into a song.
Yes.
And it turned into me and her we kept calling it an anthem song, because at the end it's got that chant that she does, and then me and my kids we sing at the end. That's actually us repeating what she sings. And and so I told her, you need a song that you can have the crowd just sing back to you.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end it goes, oh.
Yes.
But she could do it better. She's a singer, not me. And I go, we need that crowd involved in the song, but we gotta have it make them want to dance too. And I remember I sent Karla my vocal. All the songs I send her a vocal guide. You know, and I tell Karla, hey, you know, my voice might sound horrible here, but this isn't my key, and so I'm trying to be you. And so this one, I was like, I remember I sent it to her, and I'm like, suavecito, suavecito,
yeah,
da la vuelta. And then when she sent it back to me, I was like, yes, she did it. She did it better than me. Hey, there's a part in the song, Karla. I don't know if you heard it, but Aaron left it in there when I go.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that part.
That part wasn't supposed to be in there because I was just messing around.
Yeah.
At the end, it was
I got an old friend of mine. I got an older friend of mine that he's from Trinidad, and I worked at the clubs. He was the bartender, but I'd make him get up and sing every now and then because I was doing karaoke. And every time he would sing, he would do that. You know, that was his deal. So as soon as I heard that, it took me back to step on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karla, we got Steve. We got Steve and Charlene Garcia, one of my big supporters in Amarillo, Texas, and Tejano supporters. And he said, "Mr. KJ, how the heck are you, brother? I've heard this track, and I now have it in my playlist for the club. DJ Fuego in the house and Bulldog Entertainment. So they're already rocking it in Amarillo out there."
Nice. Thank you, Steve and Charlene. Thank you for the support.
Now, how fun was it to do this track? I mean, because it is that rock ballad, you know, type of track, you know, that it's got to get the crowd in there. It's got to get, you know, everybody singing along, you know, and of course it's got the giggle. And, I mean, how was it for you to do this track?
Well, I enjoyed recording all of them, but I really am very passionate about what the song says, because it's, again, like an anthem song, and it just talks about you know, my feelings and me dreaming about this my whole life, and just everything that's going on in my life currently, thanks to, you know, Tejano music and all this happening less than a year ago. And so just the song is so important in my life, and just what it says. And I think, again, like the intro and the whole theme of the album about, you know, dreamers and being a dreamer is going to resonate with so many. regardless of your age too, I think is important because, some of my dreams have been coming true later in life. So it's just, that's why we're trying to convey this whole message about just to never stop dreaming.
Now, I know you said you don't have a favorite in the album. I asked La Fiebre a while back, we did an interview, and they're like, well, we really don't have a favorite. It's like they're all our kids, and so we can't say which one's our fave. But would you say this one kind of hits you a little bit more because it does have that passion of what you're trying to do in your career?
I mean, they're I really, and I don't just say that, I love them all, but again, just the message behind the song and the lyrics are just very important to me.
Yes.
And what it means.
Well, I'm going to play this one.
I like.
Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say that I like this one because it's so outside the box.
Yes.
And it's not Tejano. We kind of invented our own, new little
your own style
here, and ended it at the end with that real flavorful, fast cumbia, type of deal. But I appreciate, I love when people compliment all the other songs, but when a person compliments this one, I feel a little bit, I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit more special because it's so outside the box.
Yeah.
And if you're a Tejano fan and you can appreciate this, then you're definitely gonna appreciate the rest of the album.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, so to have Steve out there, DJ Fuego out there dropping it down in the clubs, everything, and I know Amarillo is very particular about what music is played in their Tejano clubs, but, to have him having it in the mix out there. And, if out of all the tracks, we were saying about being, having that international feel out of any of them, if any of these tracks can really jump out there, both in the Latin pop or the international scene, I think this one is going to be one of them that, that we can really get out there. I think this is something that we would be able to hear on the top Latin charts, I believe, out there.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and do it. But before we do it, Karla, I'm going to ask your permission. Jonathan, I'm going to ask you, do y'all mind if I turn it up a little bit and kind of cut up a little bit on the tables over here with this one? Because I love this track. Like, it just makes, it just gets me. As a DJ, it just gets me. Okay, guys, again, this is my favorite track of the album out there. I love this intro because, it's like you're going into a WWE entrance theme or something like that.
otra vez.
love that song.
Suavecito, suavecito, suavecito.
That's my jam right there. I love it. I love it.
You know what I love about that song too? And I remember asking Jonathan, I don't know if he did this on purpose or not, but it has like an 80s like vibe to it. Like I love the 80s. I mean, who doesn't? But it just gives me a little bit of 80s in there.
That's why
Is that the horn part?
That's why I said it reminded me of an old school rock anthem. You know, it's got that touch to it that really just drives on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
And of course, it just makes you want to move. Like that's why as soon as I heard it, I'm like there's so many different parts on it that I just love it. I love it. I can't wait to spin that one in the club.
If someone had a hidden camera in my studio, oh my God, you would have seen some of the worst dance moves of all time. When I was making this song, like especially at the end there, like I would just vibe to it in the studio.
Yes.
Bum, 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 and I would just go wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's
but thank God there was no camera.
You could have been TikTok. You could have been TikTok famous out there.
Yeah. I know, Jonathan.
I love it. I love it. Now this next track, as soon as I heard it, the first thing, of course, that caught my ear, and Jonathan, you said it a while ago. You know, if the track doesn't catch you within the first 10 seconds, you know, it most of the time I do it when I'm hearing the radio when I'm hearing the radio, if a song it starts and it doesn't really click, I switch stations. You know, and I know people do it out there. Spotify, I'll click to the next track. You know, if it doesn't catch me, but this one, the way that intro was on Que Lo Sepan, the way that intro is, the way you talk in that intro, it just really it captured me. I was like, wait, what are we listening to? And then, like I said, I'm an old band nerd, and that saxophone just makes me fall in love so much with this track right here. The way that saxophone just comes out is just perfect out there.
Valentino.
Yes.
Valentino, yeah.
How what?
You know, and this
Go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say this was. I produced Tejano songs before, but this was the first time where I said, you know what, I want to use a saxophone.
Yeah.
So I wrote a saxophone part out on my keyboard, and as we all know, saxophones on keyboards sound crappy. They don't sound anything like the real thing. So I remember when I told Aaron, who can we use for this song? He's like, well, let's use Val. I go,
yeah.
Well, let's do it. He goes, well, so we sent him the pre-production, and they had the sax in there, but then Val hits us back and he's like, can you send me the stems? Basically, it was just the saxophone part by itself.
Yeah.
And I was full disclosure, I was super embarrassed. Like, dude, he's gonna hear my sorry old fake old sax part. He's not even gonna want to record this song after he hears them. But we sent them to him. I think that same night, he sent us back the full arrangement, and I was just like, I was blown away.
Yes.
You know, the sax solo at the end was supposed to be a guitar solo, done by Miguel Hernandez, but he sent us a song with the sax solo at the end, and we didn't ask him for that. And me and Aaron were just like, you know, we're just like, whoa, what the heck? And I remember Aaron asked, Val told Aaron, dope music deserves dope parts.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And when he said that, I was like, if he liked the song, then I know we got something special here.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah, because Valentino's amazing on the sax. And, you can tell as somebody that does this in the industry, you can hear that keyboard saxophone. It doesn't have the breath in it. You know, it doesn't have that little crack in it, you know, that you hear off the reed or, you know, but this one. And I love that ending because that's a perfect way for the album. We were talking a while ago about the next one coming up. That's a perfect way for the album to finish because it finishes with her voice echoing out and then that saxophone just echoing off, and it makes you want more, you know. So now you got to loop it around and listen to the track one again until you finally can get the second album, and all of a sudden, boom, now everybody's back at the market getting the second album out there. So mission accomplished all around. Karla, on this one, another one that those harmony lines are are just amazing. I mean, for you to be able to go up there and hit those highs, and then the harmony around it, as far as on the chorus parts, I mean, you can really feel that. I mean, you were singing this out. You were into it. I mean, how was it to record this track here?
It was super fun, and an interesting fact about again those vocals and just the different range of harmonies. I had a good friend of mine who has heard me sing since I was little, and when he heard the recording, he asked me, he's like, "So who did your background, your vocals?" And I'm like, "Me? Who do you think?" Does it not sound like me? I mean, it's somebody that obviously knows my voice very well, and it was surprising to me that he didn't recognize that was me. So anyway, but just because there's a big difference in the low parts and the high parts.
Yeah,
so.
and it blends so perfectly together and everything. It just, like I said, I mean, this track right here, the way it finishes with that drum line, with the saxophone, it's gonna make everybody want more.
I'm a huge Dave Matthews Band fan.
Yes.
So I was going for that feeling at the end, and I've had a lot of people tell me it kind of sounds like it's got like a Dave Matthews Band feeling.
Yeah.
And I was, well, yeah, I was going for that. Quick story too. I remember when Karla was doing the vocals for this, and she sent me all the files, and she was like, "I did my own background vocals, but I don't know if they're gonna be any good. I have trouble hearing if I'm doing it right or wrong." I'm like, "Girl, get out of here with that. Their background vocals were perfect."
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
This is the song that started it all for Karla Christina in the Tejano industry.
Yes.
It's a song that started it all for me as far as doing what I set out to do, was to give a new artist a launching pad to just go further.
Now, is this the track that was on the Espinoza project?
It was gonna be, but now I took it off the project so that Karla could have it on the album, so we could have at least 8 tracks on the album.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to get her to do another one for my project.
Yeah. You're stuck. Well, let's go ahead and play it out, guys. And like I said, a big thank you going out to Karla and Jonathan for hanging out with us. And right after this one, I'm gonna let them say their thank yous out to everybody out there. And I've got a special. Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but
you're
I have
good.
to say one more thing.
Yes.
She performed this song for the first time in
Yes.
last week. She opened the George Lopez show.
Yes.
She's got to talk about that before.
And I saw your post that you were like, dude, I can't believe one of my songs was on the George Lopez. And that's a good segue into what we're gonna do right after this track, because what we do got, guys, I've got a special surprise for y'all. Karla had sent me the actual performance of the George Lopez show, the opening performance of her George Lopez show. And as soon as I let Jonathan and Karla go, we're going to go in and spin that entire concert and let y'all check it out, her performance and everything. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But let's go and drop this one. This is what started it all, like Jonathan and Karla had said.
I like the way you look at me. I like the way you talk to me. You make me feel like a queen. Me gusta como tú me miras. Me gusta como tú me hablas. Me hace sentir que soy una reina. La reina de todo tu universo. Me gusta cuando me acaricias. Me gusta como tú me besas. Me hace sentir segura y completa. Y en esta vida siempre voy a ser tuya. Que lo sepan todos, que yo soy la mujer
Aaron was jamming on those drums. I am so in love with that ending right there. It reminds me of an old group. I don't know if y'all know, you're youngins compared to me, but an old group called Spiral Gyra. It was a jazz fusion group, and I mean, they had that sound and that ending, the way you echo off of that saxophone line. I'm glad y'all went sax instead of guitar, because the way y'all echo off that sax line is perfect. You know, I mean, you hit it perfectly with it, and it just, and the way he just screams that sax out, you know, and I love that. Like I said, that track right there, guys, when y'all get out there and get this album, that's the last song of the album, and it's going to make you want more. You're going to be messaging Jonathan saying, when's the new album coming out? Are you done writing stuff yet?
Hey, if they want to sponsor, come on.
I saw. I was going to ask you about that. I saw you. You had posted about the new album and sponsorship and everything, and we're gonna have to get on that, and I'm gonna actually share that and get some folks on there. Karla, you know, with the harmony lines, the way you were saying with your friend saying about the harmony lines. On the flip side of that, is there anybody out there, male or female, that I mean you would just, is a dream collab for you that you would love to be able to drop down with?
There's so many people that I'd love to, you know, collaborate with vocally. I mean, the list is endless. But I mean, I don't want to mention any names because I who knows if it would ever even happen. But
yeah,
you know, and not just in the Tejano industry, obviously. There are many within the Tejano industry, and then obviously in other genres. But hey, dreams come true.
Yes.
So
I mean, here you are coming from
someday.
Here you are, you know, 3 weeks ago, moving to San Antonio. You know, complete life change. You were coming in from the West Coast. You're jumping into San Antonio, where Our weather is crazy, and one day it's raining, snowing, windstorm, and drought at the same day. I mean, how has it been, doing the complete changeover over here in San Antonio?
Oh my gosh, it has been day and night. But no, San Antonio has been wonderful so far. People here are just so incredibly kind and nice, and I've been really experiencing that whole Southern hospitality feel and vibe, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and I'm grateful, and people are just amazing. And obviously, I miss my family, but and my really good friends, but I don't feel homesick yet, and I guess that's a good thing. So
now, Jonathan was talking about the opening up for George Lopez, which you've done numerous times already, and last weekend you were in Odessa, Midland.
In Midland.
Yeah, in February 4th. Is that right? You're going to be in Corpus Christi
Friday,
at the Selena Auditorium.
Corpus Christi.
I mean, how is it? First of all, how did that happen? Like, how did that come out?
The whole George thing. Well, we were so back in Reno, where I moved from. We were in a band titled Audio Sky. We were a cover band, and we just did covers in English and Spanish and 80s and pop and rock and all different sorts of genres. And one of the casinos that we used to play at often were going to have George Lopez, be at their casino. And the manager reached out to the gal who books all the entertainment and said, "Hey, we need a mariachi band for George's opener for the show this weekend." And she said, "Well, we really don't have any mariachi bands here in Reno. But I do have this band that I highly recommend. I'm going to get you in touch with the vocalist and see if it works out." So lo and behold, I have an email from Doug Goodman, who is George Lopez's tour manager. And he says, "Hey, you were highly recommended. What kind of music do you guys play? Blah, 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 blah." And he said, "Okay, see you Friday night." And that was like a Wednesday. And he didn't even ask us for like a demo, nothing. He's like, "Okay, I trust you, and you guys sound good enough to be the opener, so whatever." We show up on Friday and we do the show, and as we're performing, he goes up on stage and I think tells one of the musicians, I can't remember if it was our drummer or our bassist, and said, "Hey, encore, we want another song." So we do the extra song, and when we get off stage, we end up finding out that the encore was requested by George Lopez himself. And then, it was an awesome experience. His whole crew was just like telling us backstage, like, "I have a feeling you guys are going to be back," and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, "Yeah, right." So then we asked the tour manager if there was any way we could meet George and just like take a picture with him and like say hello. And he says, "Oh, he wants to meet you guys. Like, he wants to, definitely meet you guys." So we go into his green room or dressing room, and we ended up hanging out with George that night for like almost 4 hours and just chatting about life, and it was insane. And that same night he invited us to the Microsoft Theater in LA, which was formerly known as the Nokia Theater next to the Staples Center. And it seats, 7,400 people or something crazy like that. And again, we thought he was kidding. We're like, this isn't going to happen. And the following month, we're in LA at the Microsoft Theater. And then from then on, we kept opening shows for him in Northern California and anytime he was in Reno. And now Karla Christina is doing it in Texas, which is a blessing. And, working with George and his entire team is just incredible. And I want to send a shout out to Memo Rincon and Miguel Hernandez, who last minute came together and said, "Yeah, we'll do the gig." And, put on a great show in Midland, and they're going to be in Corpus as well.
That is
Hey, Joe,
awesome.
can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
I want to say, primarily the audience that goes to see George obviously is Mexican Americans, but
Yes.
I'm sure you have a very large group of people within that group that knows nothing about Tejano music.
Yes.
Or maybe stopped listening to Tejano music a long time ago.
Yes.
So I was having this conversation with Aaron Holler, who is my best friend, and he's also my production partner. I told him, you know what, Aaron, if Tejano music is gonna be played at an event like that, which it is now because of Karla,
Mm-hmm.
it is being very well represented.
Yes.
It's not just some, and I'm not talking about anybody, but it's not bad quality lyrics, bad quality music, bad quality person. No, it's like the best of the best, in my opinion.
Yes.
My humble opinion, okay? Karla can sing. She's got great lyrics. She's got great music, production, great musicians.
Yes.
So like Tejano music is being represented very well at these opening concerts for George Lopez, and I'm super happy. Like I told Karla, she sent me the video first. I got to see it first.
Yes.
of the performance, and when she sang Que Lo Sepan, I about near cried
Oh.
because I was like, man, they're singing something that I wrote, that I worked on, that I produced to this large group of people who I'm sure some of them gave up on Tejano music a long time ago or just have never heard of it. And now it's being spread to new ears.
Yes.
Yes. And that made me super happy. Like, I'm super happy for Karla. I already told her that when I go to Texas, if she has a show with George, I'm playing keys. I don't care. If she has a keyboard player, he's fired for that weekend.
He could take a vacation.
Yeah.
Well, Karla, we got Rosa Maria from Everett, Washington, near Seattle. She's asking for your autograph, and we got if y'all ever do a mariachi track, and y'all need a collab partner, I'm recommending one of my good buddies on there from New Mexico, Antonio Reina. Myself and Antonio had the huge honor of presenting the New Mexico Music Hall of Fame to Ernestine Romero's family, and Antonio Reina is amazing mariachi. So I would highly recommend that. But he's listening again right now also. But
thank you.
Just to be able to be in Corpus Christi, there's two things that I know is really hitting your heart. Of course, opening up for George, but to be at the Selena Auditorium. I mean, that's got to make it all right there. And you just moved to San Antonio.
I know, Joe. It's crazy, and I think, I don't know. There are going to be so many emotions that day.
Yes.
I cry about everything pretty much. I'm very emotional, and I got that from my mom. But the first weekend when we moved here, one of the things that I had been wanting to do since I was a little girl was, go to Corpus Christi and visit Selena's final resting place, and obviously now go to the museum. And I got to do that, 2 weekends ago. And when I find out that we're going to be playing at the Selena Auditorium, I mean, I don't even know how to feel about this whole thing, but it's definitely going to be very emotional. And it's funny because we do a Selena medley, and we've been doing it as Audio Sky, and we always close the show with a Selena medley. And Jonathan asked me, he's like, "Are you going to do the Selena medley in Corpus Christi?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you have a point. Like, that's her town and that's her people." And we're going to do it. And, we do it with so much respect and so much admiration. And, Selena has been an inspiration to so many people, boys and girls, of all ages. And hopefully, I don't offend, her fans and the people in her hometown, but it's going to be very emotional, I'm sure, but just so grateful that we're going to be there.
Well, congratulations, and congratulations on everything to both of y'all, with the Espinoza project, with you, with your album, and I just thank y'all for staying with me. We've actually been on for almost 2 hours already, but
oh my gosh,
yes, but I wanted to be able to showcase the album and just played little tidbits as y'all gave stories of the album and everything. Of course, the whole thing about producing music and putting it out there is we want people to get it. So I really didn't want to play the full tracks on here, as a whole like that, because I want people to make sure they get out there and get the album and but get a little taste of it. And so I thank you so much for allowing me to do this. Allow me to do this for you all.
Thank you, Joe, for having us and for allowing us to, share this with all your listeners. And thank you for supporting La Onda and Tejano music, and just for everything that you do for so many of us. And congratulations to you too.
Thank you very much.
So thank you.
Well, y'all have a good evening.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. But I'm going to go ahead and drop down the George Lopez opening out there. Jonathan, what would you like to say out there to all your supporters, all your fans out there from all the way from Florida, all the way across the country to Washington up there? What do you got to say to everybody out there, brother?
To my 8 supporters, I want to... No, Joe, man, thank you for this opportunity. Like, to me, this is super awesome, and I hope you do this with more artists, because
Thank you.
I love the behind the scenes of everything.
Yes, sir.
Back in the days, we had albums, we got to see the credits, who wrote what, who played what, who produced it, and we don't have that anymore, obviously, because albums aren't a thing. But the fact that you did that for us in this album, it means the world, and I'm super grateful. I'm super thankful. I look forward to the relationship that we've begun to have with you, with Karla. And I want to shout out, before we hang up, my team, which is Aaron Holler, Lalo Morales, Miguel Hernandez, Eddie Perez, Chris Rodriguez, and anybody else that I've worked with in the past with my albums. Look out for Karla album number 2, hopefully before the end of the year.
Awesome.
We are working hard on it. So thank you. Thank you very
Awesome.
much. Appreciate you. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Gracias.
Karla, what would you like to say anything to your followers out there, your new fans? Oh, and by the way, Jonathan, Rosa Maria from Seattle, Washington, said that she's one of the 8.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Yes. No, I want to send a huge shout out to everyone who, like I said, people have just been reaching out and just been so kind. I get some really, really sweet messages, and on Instagram and Facebook, and I just want to say thank you for all the support and for showing me so much love and tanto cariño, and I just really appreciate it. It means the world. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let them go, because I know for Jonathan it's getting late over there, and so I'm going to go ahead and let them go. But as we close out, guys, stay tuned in, because I do have the video, the full performance of Karla Christina in Midland, Texas, opening up for the one and only George Lopez. Again, thank you, Karla. Thank you, Jonathan. God bless y'all. And anything else I can do out there to help out in the future events, please just let me know out there.
Thank you, Joe. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes,
thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Right, guys. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope everybody had a great time with that interview. A big thank you going out to Karla Christina out there for joining us. Also, Jonathan Espinoza, and big congratulations going on there to them on this amazing album. Again, make sure y'all go out there anywhere on digital outlets. You can go out there and get it. It is also on Spotify out there, on iTunes Music. Y'all can catch it a little bit all over the place out there. But like I said, of course, Karla Christina is opening up for the one and only George Lopez, and she was in Midland, Odessa this past weekend with it, and I was able to get an exclusive video of the performance of that. So let's go ahead and roll it out there. Rosa Maria. Ay, amor. So we got the concert out there. I'm going to go ahead and get off camera and let the concert roll out there for y'all. And I hope everybody enjoys this. Again, this is Karla Christina in Midland, Texas, opening up for the one and only George Lopez. And I was going to ask her, and I totally forgot. Oh, there she is right there. Karla is on the chat room. Karla, I was going to ask you, and I totally forgot. How was it emotionally? I could only imagine. I would go crazy if I was a DJ opening up for George Lopez and he said my name after I got done. How was it to be backstage and all of a sudden Lopez doing his bit, and then all of a sudden telling the crowd, you know, hey, what y'all think of Karla Christina? Like, that blew my mind when I saw that video. Comment in and let us know. I know me, I would have been totally crazy about it. But guys, let's go and get the performance right here. Again, this is Karla Christina live in Midland, Odessa.
And we hope you have a great time. This is Amárrame.
Again, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us, Karla. Thank you so much. It was for the opportunity out there, and good luck on everything. You just barely joining us, guys. This is Karla Christina live in Midland, Texas, opening up for the one and only George Lopez.
moved to San Antonio to pursue this career in Tejano, so I'm super excited to be doing my first performance in Texas. And y'all are amazing, so thank you so much for that. I'm accompanied by a Tejano artist, the amazing and maestro Miguel Hernandez. Please give it up. Nuevo Rincón, Carlos Neri, aka Folks, and we're thrilled to be in front of y'all beautiful people tonight. Muchísimas gracias. If you know these, sing along, clap along, dance along, and the more you drink, the better we sound. Tell me just what you want me to be. One case, and boom, you're the only one for me. So please tell me why don't you come around no more? 'Cause right now I'm crying outside the door of a candy store. It just takes a little bit, a little bit of that. Starting with a kiss, don't you look too bad. A little bit of laughs, a little bit of pain. Telling you my baby talking, making you love it. Whenever you think to be sunshine, set on this cold and lonely sea. So please, baby, try and use me for what I'm good for. It's saying goodbye. Starting down the door of the candy store. It just takes a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Starting with a kiss, no, we got to that. A little bit of laughs, a little bit of pain. Telling you my baby talking, this game of
Little shout going out to my girl out there, Miss April Lee, out there dropping it down. Thank you, April. Rosa, me and you would be dancing all night long. Rosa, I agree. I love how they've got it all combined up. The guitar player's killing it. Gotta jump on a little Santana out there. Guys, once again, those of y'all that are in the Corpus Christi area, February 4th, playing at the Salina Auditorium, opening up for George Lopez. Get your tickets now. Move your chairs out of the way, start dancing, guys. See all the hearts out there, guys. You're jamming with it.
Soy Karla Christina. You can find me on social media at Carlita Christina. That's Carlita with a K, Christina with an H on Instagram and Facebook. I would appreciate the like, the follow. If you take any videos or pictures, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias. We're so excited to be here. Are you all having a good time? Yeah. Excited for the más chingón? Woo! We are too. I've been there all night. I've been there all day.
Karla, you got me this one with little Ariana. April Lee, thank you so much. Little shout out to TDK out there. Once again, guys, if y'all just barely joined us, the replay will be back on YouTube, also on Facebook. We did the full album with Karla Christina and Jonathan Espinoza out there, and we are now playing the full concert, the full performance, as Karla opened up for George Lopez out there. She will be back in concert February 4th at the Salina Auditorium with George Lopez, opening up for George out there. So make sure y'all go join them, Corpus Christi.
I know y'all know this next song, so please, please, please sing along, all right? Sí se la sabe, ¿verdad?
Little shout out to Susan out there.
Used to spend my nights out in a parlour. Lingo was the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom. Brought me back from being too far gone.
Little shout out to Yolanda out there. Little shout out to Lisa.
But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it.
I got you, Susan. I got you.
Like your love to get me high. Tennessee whiskey. Your sweet strawberry wine.
guys, once again, if you're in the Corpus Christi area, February 4th, George Lopez live in concert and opening up for him, the one and only Karla Christina. Congratulations, Susan. Karla, TDK was wondering who is on guitar. Miguel Hernandez. Well, I like that version.
Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Karla Christina. I'm an up-and-coming Tejano artist. You can find my music on all digital platforms. I just dropped an album on the 14th of this month. We will be doing a few songs of those towards the end of the show, so I'm excited to perform those for y'all tonight. Once again, Karla Christina, that's Karla with a K, Christina with an H. You can find me on social media. We'd appreciate it. And this is a little cumbiecita. Hope you all like it. gonna do Your Love. All right, so if you know this, I know y'all know this.
Rosa, I already know you'd be dancing. Crank it up.
These next two songs are off of my debut album as a Tejano artist. So I'm super excited to be performing them for you tonight, you beautiful, amazing Midland. Muchísimas gracias. This is Que Lo Sepan.
I like the way you look at me. I like the way you talk to me. You make me feel like a queen.
Te gusta cuando me acaricias. esta vida siempre voy a ser tuya. Los sepan todos que yo soy la mujer que te hace suspirar cuando me ves caminar. Que lo sepan también que todavía me ves como esa chica que todos
Big thank you going out to Hilda out there. I was going to mention it during the interview, guys, but we were talking about so many different parts of this song that I really love, but I love how she starts low and calm and smooth, and then once that chorus kicks in, she just explodes and hits it another octave up there. Love that saxophone. Valentino.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much. That was Que Lo Sepan. That was the first single, and this is our second single off of the Karla Christina album titled Soñadora. It's called Un Besito, Un Cachito. We hope you like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Karla Christina.
Acércate un poquito más, no tengas miedo, no voy a morder, agárrame la mano. Y vamos a bailar, te hagas por favor, ninguna de ellas se compara a mí. Son únicas, no existen más, dame un beso, ya verás. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Un besito y un cachito de tu vida. Solo un besito. Qué lindo, suavecito. Un besito, un cachito. Tus labios, yo los necesito. Besitos, besitos, dame tus besitos. Miles y miles, miles de besitos. Necesito tus besitos. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much. Gracias. I'm Karla Christina. Those were 2 songs off of my debut album as a Tejano artist. And I'm so excited to be performing them for the first time in Midland, Texas with all you beautiful people. How epic awesome is that? With amazing musicians, amazing friends that are here with us tonight. So, muchísimas gracias. I know you all are excited to watch George Lopez El Más Chingón. We're super excited to watch him too. I want to hear everybody up on that balcony. ¿Cómo están? ¡Woo! A ver, no los oigo. Una vez más, ¿cómo están? Eso. Alrighty. So, we have this, let's see, do we have time to do 90s?
Yeah. So they would like to say,
No, let's do this. All right. I know you all will help us out. So, I know for a fact you all know this. Okay? Necesito que se tomen sus shots. Shot, 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 shot. So I know y'all know this next medley, and I need you to sing it along. I need you to get up off your seats and dance and sing along, okay? You promise? ¿Quién sabe? Pinky promise. I also want to point out that on the merch table there are some little cards with my picture and my name. You can find our social media links there, where you can find the music and the album. It would mean the world to me if y'all would go and stream it, like it. It would just mean the world. So muchísimas gracias. And let's sing along, okay? You're gonna sing along, right? Promise? Pues quiero ir a todos, pero así bien súper recio, ¿ok? Con tanto encontraste Oh, baby, you're beautiful. Una foto de ti, oh, oh, eso cada noche antes de dormir, oh, oh, esta media rota ya se está borrando, oh, oh, las lágrimas que estoy derramando, oh, oh, es todo lo que me queda de amor, solo, así recuerdo. Un recuerdo de ti, oh, oh, siempre me hace tan feliz. De aquella fiesta en que te conocí, ese tímido beso que te di, es todo lo que me queda de amor, solo cuando así recuerdo. Antes de dormir, es todo lo que me queda de tu amor, solo cuando sí recuerdo. Por repente, cada vez que lo veo pasar, mi corazón se enloquece y me empieza a palpitar. Y se emociona, corazona, no lo puedo controlar. Y se emociona, corazona, y me empieza a cantar, me canta así, así. Cada vez que lo voy, cada vez, me tiemblan hasta las piernas, el corazón igual. Lopez on the West Coast. I just moved to San Antonio 2 weeks ago. How is that? Is that nuts or what? I have never been in Texas in my life, and I am loving it so far. You guys are amazing. You guys are just kind, warm-hearted people, and I think I found my people in Texas. I really mean that. No. That whole Southern hospitality thing is a real thing, and I've been experiencing it, and I just love it. So, muchísimas gracias por recibirme con brazos abiertos, con todo el cariño del mundo. I would like to introduce these amazing human beings on stage with me. So please give it up for el maestro, Tejano artist himself, Miguel Hernández on guitar with us today.
Thank you so much, Karla, for letting me do this.
El señor, el increíble Memo Rincón on bass. Give it up. On this crazy journey to follow our dreams in music, my best friend Carlos Neri, aka Bumps on drums. Give it up for Carlos. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos esta noche. We'd like to thank Brian on sound, who always makes the sound amazing. Muchísimas gracias. We'd like to thank Mr. George Lopez, el más chingón himself, for offering this opportunity to us once again, and to his entire team who are amazing and just treat us amazing like always. Muchísimas gracias. Se cuidan mucho. Los quiero mucho. Gracias. Que se diviertan esta noche con el más chingón. Y'all are beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it one time for Karla Christina!
You guys are amazing. Muchísimas gracias.
All right, guys. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us. A big thank you going out to Karla out there. Also, a big thank you going out to Jonathan for joining us. Hope everybody had a great time. I'm going to finish off with my favorite off the album. Hope everybody had a great night. Pura vida, baby. Let's go. I love that. Guys, once again, thank y'all so much for joining me, and a big thank you going out to Facebook for cooperating today. It actually let us stay on. A big thank you going out to Karla Christina, and congratulations on everything going on out there. Also, a big thank you going out to Jonathan Espinoza, and I can't wait to hear more music coming out from him. He's got so much amazing tracks out there from not only Karla, but for Gabriela Salazar out there, coming up over here with Anna Kayla. There's just so many artists out there that he's already dropping down in. So everybody stay tuned in, because we will be dropping those out there. Again, a big thank you going out to everybody for joining us, and I hope everybody had a great time. This is Karaoke Joe coming to you from San Antonio's very own Big G's TC Radio. Pura vida, baby. Let's go.